Good evening, everyone. My name is John Burns, and I'm coming to you from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'd like to welcome you to our very special presentation, The Problem versus the Solution. This information is totally genuine. The presentation is fact, not fiction. This presentation is an introduction to the most unique home business available in the market in the United States today and 40 countries around the world. Our guest speaker has been with our business now for 5 years. 4 of those years were part-time. And in January of 2016, he went full-time with the business. That's kind of a misnomer because when I say full-time, he's really working about 15 to 20 hours a week, and the rest of his time he owns. He started out as a union electrician in Boston, Massachusetts, and working on a part-time basis with his team and his family, he was able to completely replace a six-figure income as a union electrician. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Dominic Piccini, a four-star master distributor. Dominic?
Hey, John, thank you very much. Thank you for the introduction. And everybody, just so me and John work together pretty much every day. He's got 14 years in the U.S. Navy and the submarines. He's got quite a bit of experience in this industry. He's made quite a bit of money and helped a bunch of people make money along the way. So, John, thank you for everything you do, and I appreciate everything that you bring to the team. This is just, a little background on myself. John told you there's a few pictures about me. This is a timeline going from the right side of your screen to your left side of your screen. It's also a road map. The map in the middle there charts a 6-week journey that myself and my brother did just over a year ago. I was able to leave my job in the union as an electrician. It was a great job, great career. I loved it. I had great times doing it. My dad was my boss's boss, and it was awesome. But I was working for someone else. I was making them rich. I didn't have the time to do it. And with this sizzle system and working part time, I was able to replace that income. Now I live in this all the way down bottom left corner here. I live that's just out my front window. Those are that's my ocean. Those are my palm trees. So I love what's going on right now, and it's all because of the team and because of Sizzle. I'm nothing fancy, nothing special. It's just a great company and great time. So before we get into that stuff, just take a real quick second, talk about jobs today. I used to have one. I don't anymore. I still work. Like John said, I'm not really retired. I just shifted what I do. I changed my time, and now I can spend my time helping other people have what I have. But what I used to participate in, we call the 40 to 45 year plan. And basically what happens, go to college, don't go to college. You're roughly working from 20 years old to 67 years old if you're lucky, and then people retire. And at the end of that time, the Social Security statistics say one person is going to be wealthy. And when we say wealthy, what do we mean? Well, we mean these people, armfuls of cash, multiple houses, the Bentley driving up to the jet. That map there is from 2013, and it says what you would need to make to be in the top 1% of each state in the United States. I live in California. You can see it's $438,000 per year minimum, but it goes up exponentially from there. The top 1%, they're the 1% for a reason. They have things that we don't have. But anyways, 1 out of 100 people ends up being super wealthy. 4 out of 100 people become financially fit. Now we say financially fit, we mean basically that they have rock solid finances. They had a great life when they were working, and that lifestyle isn't going to change when they retire. If they had kids, they probably saved up enough money that they didn't have to ever take out student loans. They came right out. They're going to have to take the opportunities that were given to them and capitalize on them and create their own life. Unlike the 1%, those people are rich upon rich. These people had comfortable lives, and they're going to have a comfortable retirement. But like I said, the kids are going to have to go out and make their own way. And that's really the end of the good news. 3 people out of 100 are still working. That's supposed to be a crossroad. It's not supposed to be something that happens into your retirement. You stop working. The fruits of all your labor are now coming to fruition, and you don't have to do that anymore. Well, for 3 out of 100 people in the U.S., that's not true. And that doesn't necessarily mean that these people weren't making money along the way. In some cases, these people were making a lot of money. There are nice things on this planet, and people want them. And when you retire and you're making less money than you did when you were working, so some people just can't do that. They have to keep on working. 63 people out of 100 people in the United States depend on friends and family is only half accurate. There's actually currently in the United States 38% of the retired U.S. population depends on Social Security 100%. You've heard just as well as I've heard different dates, different times, but Social Security is not going to be there. It's not a forever thing. It should be, but it's not. It's been signed into a general fund. They tap into it all the time. So I took out and just put 63 people dependent on friends and family because that kind of seems like where that system is headed. And then, the saddest statistic of all, 29 people, they didn't even get to retire. They did not make it. Whether it be a work related injury or a stress related deal, or, as you'll find out along the way, discovering Sizzle and the Mauer mission, it may very well have been toxin related. So 29 out of 100 people didn't even get to retire. This whole system is based off of people going to school and getting that, and whatever it costs to get a degree, and then people come out and they don't have the opportunity to necessarily pay back that debt. So people are busting their back for someone else, coming out with all the student loans, working 40 plus hours per week for over 40 years of their life. Then you're expected to retire on 40% of that money and still try to pay back student loans and other things that people have accumulated over their life. How are they supposed to save for retirement? 80% of people 30 to 54 years old that they asked in this study. I got on statisticbrain.com. They have all sorts of statistics and things like that, but this is the retirement statistics, and 80% of the people 30 to 54 years old believe they won't have the money to retire. And 38% of Americans have saved $0 towards retirement at all. So are they going to pay off the debt, save for retirement? It's a very weird place, very weird thing to be. And that's jobs today in a nutshell. That's not my opinion. Those are the Social Security statistics. I think that's kind of a problem. The American dream, maybe it's dead. I think it has a different face. We do have a solution to the problem. Network marketing is absolutely it. Direct sales is an amazing place to be. My family's been doing this for a long time. We have a 2 to 5 year field tested system, field tested, field replicated. I feel comfortable saying that it's field tested and field replicated because we have several people on our team that have used it. My mother, Laura Bacchini, our friend, Daniel Whited, they both created a 6-figure income within 2 years. Myself, Helen Whited, within 4 years, both my mom and Daniel were working on a full-time basis. They did it in 2 years. Myself and Helen Whited working on a part-time basis were able to do it in 4 years. And then within the 5th year, the completion of the 5th year, my mom was able to retire my dad, so she did it twice. So I feel comfortable saying that it's field tested, and then it's been replicated because we work with an amazing group of people. We have at least I think there's over 10 families now on the team that have had over at least one family member retire full time, in some cases more. So it is working. And we're not going to get into all the details tonight, but basically you start when and where you want. It's your own business. You stop when and where you want because it's your own business. All we're asking is for 5 to 10 hours a week working on the steps that we know to work. My mom's been successful in this industry before. John and DW have been successful in this industry before. These are proven steps within the industry, and we know that you can implement them within 5 to 10 hours a week. Now, by doing that, I did hit the button a little prematurely there, but mistakes do happen. You can create 1,000 to retirement level income. I don't know exactly. That's obviously this is in a month, 1,000 to retirement level income in a month. This is a very broad range. I don't know what you're going to put into it. I do know that the system works, and I do know that if you work the system, you can create the retirement level income. But if you don't work the system, you're not going to make the income. Now, this whole network marketing direct sales system is based off, of any way that you could go and create more money, any type of business. It has the lowest overhead that you could possibly have. I make my highest check in the company has been just under $10,000 for the month, and my monthly operating costs are $300 through Sizzle International. They'll never go up, and I think that that's amazing that I can create the income that I have and those be the only operating, not the only operating cost, but my basic running cost to be in this industry. It's absolutely amazing. Network marketing is here to stay. In 2015, the industry generated $36 billion in sales and $16 billion in commissions. It's trending like it never has before. All you have to do is follow the proven system. I put 50 years of combined experience here. That's just with my mother and myself. That doesn't include anybody else that I mentioned. If we take all of the combined years of experience within this industry, all the successful people that we have, it's hundreds of years of combined experience. And so that's the background of us. And we chose Sizzle International as the company that we wanted to work with. We chose Sizzle International because they have um, amongst many things that are amazing about this company, they have this manufacturing facility. This manufacturing facility is top of the line, absolutely amazing. But before we get into the details of it, just keep in mind it's toxin free, everything's organic, the GMO free movement that's happening right now, the fitness and the weight loss industry. It's amazing. It's trending all over. We have a gentleman on our team who's lost over 280 pounds. His story is amazing. It's very unique. Get in touch with the person that invited you on this webinar. Ask him about Jimmy O'Keefe. Keep in mind the science of Mother Nature at its tested levels. Sometimes you hear that health products don't work, and sometimes that's true. And it's only because once the studies come out, pharmaceutical companies want to create they want to create pills so they can sell them. They do have to publish all the research that they do, and then anybody can then read that research. No one's under any legal obligation to use the tested levels. Once they use a drop of the ingredient, they can claim all the benefits. While Sizzle's promise is to always use every ingredient at its tested level or better, giving you the highest potency health supplements in the industry. Now, keep in mind also that all of this, the facility, all of these things are standing upon the 30 plus year track record of the Mauer mission. These guys started doing the toxin free thing a long time ago, long before it was even a good business idea. They started doing it because it was the right thing to do. And with the Mauer mission comes the fact that they already created $1 billion company within the network marketing industry. They already put together amazing products. Things happen, they had to get rid of it. We move on, and we're in the situation that we're in right now. But with the money from their last company, they were able to invest $150 million into this family owned, debt free facility. This is very unique for us to have this opportunity to work with something like this because the facility is debt free and because it's over 400,000 square feet. They're using that to do what's called contract manufacturing. Because they do contract manufacturing, then they're putting together a higher quality product, and we have the highest paying compensation plan in the industry. Most importantly, it's all held together and protected by a federal dynasty trust. Uh, Federal dynasty trust basically means if you can create any type of income at all, 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figure monthly income with Sizzle, it'll never go away. The company can't be bought or sold. It has to stay within the Mauer family, and no one can ever take out any debt against this. This really is the opportunity to create a true residual income. So that brings me back to the two options. I think that the 40 to 45 year plan is a problem. We're offering the 2 to 5 year proven business system. That is our solution. Uh, I don't have the opportunity to meet everybody doing this stuff, but do you want to have the time or money plan, or do you want to have the time and money plan? I still work very hard. I love what I do, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to do it. The only way for me to keep doing it is to share this opportunity with other people. I have the time and the money to do basically whatever I want now, whereas before I did make good money. but I had no time at all. So if any of the stuff that you heard today interests you at all, get back with the person that invited you on the webinar and ask them for a little bit more information. Ask them to get you in touch with one of us. We're always here to help. And, like I said, I love this company. I love this industry. Everybody, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. Have a great evening.